say you won't matter anymore. I say you won't matter anymore. You won't matter anymore. Very good. Buck knew it? Okay. Well, good. That was written by Paul Anka. He also wrote My Way for Frank Sinatra. He did Having My Baby. Seems kind of weird, but okay. Well, if we're going to do it, let's do Elvis and We're Caught in a Trap. Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play. Now I have my child support to pay. I got to go back to something you've not heard before, or at least most of you haven't. Wrote this a few years ago. 3 years ago, I guess now. Wrote this about May of 2018. And it was a reminder that I was out of the hospital and I was going to live and I needed to enjoy every single day. You've been given a new day, one that you can call your own. Rain or shine, sunny or gray, take it away, make it the very best day you've ever known. Sometimes the best you can do can only happen if you rise and shine. We all need a breather, just a little time alone. Ease your mind. Go for a walk, don't give it a thought. Believe it or not, this whole world will still carry on. Sometimes the best you can do is let it all go and the world can take care of you. Down like you, I weathered a storm or two, but storms move on. And the worst day that you've ever done beats waiting on a beautiful day that may never come. So rise and shine, sunny or gray, take it away, make it the very best day you've ever known. So one thing I promise to you, your dreams can only come true when you rise and shine. think I'm going to get a drink of water. First of all, I want to say thanks to everybody who's putting this on, and all of the exhibits, all you people for coming. I think that's really great. I mean, I've had some teachers in my life. That was a long time ago, back in the one-room schoolhouse, probably. But that's when they gave us a little slate that we wrote on with chalk. You'd have to watch the Little Rascals. But and it's so great to hear Ireland again. It's been a while, and she's singing better than ever, I swear. Not everybody done a good job. Alan, why didn't you bring your one of your drones? Yeah. That would have been fun. Every day it's a getting closer, going faster than a roller coaster. Love like yours will surely come my way. Every day it's a getting faster. Everyone says go ahead and ask her. Love like yours will surely come my way. Every day seems a little longer. Every week loves are getting stronger. Come what may, do you ever long for true love from me? Every day it's a getting closer, going faster than a roller coaster. Love like yours will surely come my way. You know who wrote that though, right? Yeah, Buddy Holly, he's the reason most of us are in this, actually, even if we didn't know it. Every day seems a little longer. Every way loves are getting stronger. Come what may, do you ever long for true love from me? Every day it's a getting closer, going faster than a roller coaster. Love like yours will surely come my way. Love like yours will surely come my way. Love like yours will surely come my way. Oh, Harry's getting ready to pull the hook on me. This is a song about a young man. I wrote this one a few months ago. About a young man who's had an argument with his bride, and he stood at the doorway and said, "I'm going to go take a drive. I'll be back when you get some perspective." Or something equally stupid. After that, the night hadn't gone real well for him. Stumbling on a crosstown highway, face splattered with rain. Thinking you were rich, your car's in a ditch and you're still just running away. Gonna keep her guessing, teaching her a lesson, the longer that you stay away. Take a look at who's soaking in his shoes and you're still just running away. You're still just running away. Why do you go to extremes? She's been the girl of your dreams since you were 14. Think you'd ever find a replacement for the sunshine she gave? And you found out later you couldn't really hate her. She just had something to say. Missing her the most, and you just see the ghost, and you're still just running away. You're still just running away. Guitar. You go to extremes. You've been the girl of your dreams since you were 14. Think you'd ever find a replacement for the sunshine she gave? And you found out later couldn't really hate her. She just had something to say. Thinking you're the boss you already lost, and you're still just running away. Missing her the most, you just see the ghost, and you're still just running away. You're still just running away. You're still just running away.
I don't blame him. I just do not.
Ave Maria. Oh, sorry, wrong place. Oh, come on, Pop. What a cute dog. I am a dog lover like nobody's business. I got one about dogs I might do later, but it's really sad, so gotta be careful. I have a friend who's one of the training pilots at Carswell, and anytime I hear one of those go over, and I don't live too far south of here, I just assume it's Charlie. Hey, Charlie's City girls just seem to find out early how to open doors with just a smile. Rich old man, she won't have to worry. So dress up all in lace, go in style. Late at night, big old house gets lonely. I guess every form of refuge has its pride, and it breaks her heart to think her love is only given to a man with hands as cold as ice. So she tells him she must go out before the evening.
I'm gonna go walk in there, is that okay?
Comfort an old friend who's feeling down. He knows where she's going as she's leaving. She's headed for the cheating side of town. Benbrook. You can't hide your lying eyes. Come on, harmonize. You can do it. And your smile is a thin sky. Thought by now you'd realize there ain't no way to hide your lying eyes. On the other side of town, a boy is waiting, with fiery eyes and dreams no one could steal. She drives on through the night, anticipating, 'cause he makes her feel the way she used to feel. Rushes to his arms, they fall together. Alan Larson, have a good one, buddy. Glad to hear you again. Whispers that it's only for a while. Swear soon she'll be coming back forever. Pulls away, leaves him with a smile. You can't hide your lying eye, and your smile is a thin disguise. Thought by now you'd realize there ain't no way to hide your lying eye. Gets up, pours herself a strong one. Little Jack Daniels, never heard anyone. Stares out at the stars up in the sky. Another night, it's gonna be a long one. Draws her shade and hangs her head to cry. She wonders how it ever got this crazy. Whoops. Things about a boy she knew in school. Did she get tired? Did she just get lazy? She's so far gone, she feels just like a fool. My oh my, you sure know how to arrange things. You set it up so well, so carefully, other than a high wind. Ain't it funny how your new life didn't change things? You're still the same old girl you used to be. You can't hide your lying eye, and your smile is a thin disguise. Thought by now you'd realize there ain't no way to hide your lying eyes. you're lying high. Written by my old buddy, my high school buddy, Glenn Fry. Well, up Michigan. Now, he was a couple years ahead of me. And we were playing coffee houses and things like that. And he said, I'm going to go to California and see if I can make some connections and do something. We said, well, you just go ahead. You go out there and do that and stuff. We're going to stay here. We're going to play bars and make real money. Well, he wouldn't listen. But he'd already made connections. I mean, he was he had become good friends with Bob Seger, and he played in Seger's band for a little while. I don't know if you guys have heard this one. I wrote this when I was out in Rio Doce. I went to get away from it all during the pandemic. Decided I needed a different four walls to stare at for a while. And this is basically a song that was inspired by how much I found I was missing the road. Meeting new people and playing songs and sharing your songs with each other, seeing old friends, sometimes even family. This is called Gypsy Soul. Thousand miles of highway, thousand times I've been this way. The air is cold, the sky is gray. Couldn't ask for a better day. There's a gypsy soul, and it's taking control, and it's time to go. So rise today with a traveler's coat. There's no such thing as a dead-end road. You meet new friends and you feel alive. A road that bends and you want to drive into the night time. There's a gypsy soul I found within. Each day we begin again, and I'm not trying to be someone that's not who I am anymore. I just want a road that's long, faithful friends, a good old song in the morning. For my gypsy soul. There's a gypsy soul I Each day we begin again, and I'm not trying to be someone that's not who I am anymore. I just want a road that's long, faithful friends, and a good old song in the morning. Oh, my gypsy soul. That one was by request. I wanted to hear it. This song mentions 2 towns, and in the next 6 weeks, I'm going to be in both of them. One's in Virginia, the other one's in New Mexico. I'm looking forward to getting back on the road. This is by a group called Dawes. Late night drives and hot French fries, friends around the country, from Charlottesville to good old Santa Fe. When I think of you, you still got on that hat that says let's party. Hope that thing is never thrown away. I hope that life without a chaperone is all you hoped it'd be. I hope your brother's El Camino runs forever. I hope the world sees the same person that you've always been to me. And may all your favorite bands stay together. I'm just waking up and not thinking all that clearly, so don't quote me. What I'm trying to tell you in this song. Ain't it funny how some people pop into your head so easily? Haven't seen you in so very long. I hope that life without a chaperone is all you hoped it'd be. I hope your brother's El Camino runs forever. Hope the world sees the same person that you've always been to me. And may all your favorite bands stay together. Chaperone is all you hoped it'd be. I hope your brother's El Camino runs forever. I hope the world sees the same person that you've always been to me. And may all your favorite bands stay together. I hope that life without a chaperone is all you hoped it'd be. I I hope your brother's El Camino runs forever. I hope the world sees the same person that you always been to me. And may all your favorite bands stay together. And may all your favorite bands stay together. I thought that was just the best sentiment of all. May your favorite bands stay together. Doesn't matter what you listen to, your favorite band, that's all. Of course, I go back a little further than a lot of you. I wrote this is kind of based on true stuff. I had a friend back in high school and his name was Mickey. We used to go over to his house and party. Partying meant we'd go down in his basement and drink Coca-Cola. I always wanted to have one of those 5-piece bands with a Hammond B3.
How you doing?
We used to go there after school, drinking Cokes and playing pool, cracking jokes and acting fool. We always thought that we was cool. We was getting down in Mickey's basement. Down in Mickey's basement. Mickey had best stereo. Remember those big stereos? Mix is where we'd always go. Listening to FM radio. Underground rock and roll. We was getting down in Mickey's basement. We were down in Mickey's basement. Said Mick dug blues, I was kind of a rocker. We listened to The Who and a little Joe Cocker. Creedence Clearwater or the Grateful Dead, oh yeah. The Beatles sang in a subliminal message, we didn't believe it. Bought all the records, played it backwards, played it slow, played it long and loud in Mickey's basement. Down in Mickey's basement. Same thing winter, spring, summer, or fall. Meet your friends hanging out at the mall. Grandkids think they invented it all. We did that too, yeah, we had a ball at the record store, study hall, debating issues that affect us all. Stones or Beatles, John or Paul. Sooner or later we'd heed the call. You could find us all in Mickey's basement. spaceman. Yeah. I said Nick dug blues, I was kind of a rocker, and we listened to The Who and a little Joe Cocker, or Creedence Clearwater, or the Grateful Dead. How about these guys? Beatles sending a subliminal message, we didn't believe it. Bought all the records, played it backwards, played it slow, played it long and loud in Mickey's basement. We were down in Mickey's basement. We were down in Mickey's basement. My name's Wayne Willingham, and I want to thank you for listening. And I'm just going to say, down in Mickey's basement. Thanks. Check. I bet it's a good one. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Harry Hewlett. It's a pleasure to be here in front of Staples in Lake Worth. I used to live not too far from here, and I go fishing over there, right off the dam below. What's that lake right above Lake Worth? Lake is it Eagle? Wherever it is, Eagle Mountain or whatever you call it. I don't know. It was fun. Dedicating this song to Ireland and her daddy. Even though I didn't write it, I recorded it. Jimmy loved Jesus. Reverend Jimmy Weaver was a true believer, drank iced tea at football, gave praise to his Redeemer.
Yeah, I don't know that. I talked that one earlier.
He sat there with his guitar, which I long for from afar. His eyes ran on mine like some kind of Christian radar. That guitar made me bold. A big blonde with round shoulders. He said, look away, pray, you'll grow old. Jimmy loved to sing the gospel. He lived to praise the Lord. Kept a pistol in his pocket, a Bible in his beat-up drum. Jimmy loved Jesus, but Jimmy loved trouble even more. Now Jimmy was a wheeler, bailed out a sex dealer, took him to church to meet his blessed healer. He was a bondsman and a preacher. To his son, he was a teacher, and as far as the girl, he'd do anything to reach her. She had troubles she couldn't outrun, doings that needed undone. She needed him now. Jimmy came and brought his good. Jimmy loved to sing the gospel. He lived to praise the Lord. Kept a pistol in his pocket, the Bible in his beat up bowl. Jimmy loved Jesus, but Jimmy loved trouble even more. Jimmy was disappointed when he learned he was the target. Squeeze the trigger, forgive and never forget. Squeezing that trigger's something he'll never forget. It's too late for mourning. He gives his blessing to the warden, and in his hands he holds the Bible. Jimmy loved Jesus, Jimmy loved trouble even more. Jimmy loved to sing the gospel. He lived to praise the Lord. Kept a pistol in his pocket, the Bible in his beat up floor. Jimmy loved Jesus, but Jimmy loved trouble even more. Jimmy loved Jesus, but Jimmy loved trouble even more. Jimmy loved Jesus, but Jimmy loved trouble even more. And thank you, Buck Morgan, for writing that song and letting me record it, please. Jimmy loved Jesus. I think that was the first song in his set a while ago, too. Ireland, take care. You sure are sounding good. I tell you what, you're gonna be a star one of these days. You are. You already are, I'll bet, in a lot of places. Ireland. I know her last name. But she gets mad if you tell her. See for you. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it if you want it. Gonna give it up to you. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it if you want it. Give it up to you. Well, you act like a lady when you're in the crowd. You act like a lady when the one's around. You act like a lady there because of the swagger. Oh, baby, when you whisper in my ear, you gonna get it. You gonna get it. You gonna get it if you want it. I'm gonna give it up to you. You act like a lady when you hold me tight. You act like a lady when you tell me no. Oh, babe, the way you won't let go, you gonna get it. You gonna get it. You gonna get it if you want it. Gonna give love to you. You gonna get it. You gonna get it. You gonna get it. You gonna get it. You gonna get it if you want it. Gonna give love to you. You gonna get it, sweetheart. Bye, Arlen. Arlen. She gonna be a star someday. I dedicate this song to my dog. His name is Connor. 3 times each minute, all day long, howling at the moon. You're so doggone sexy. What can I do? I love the way you giggle when we're on the phone. Elbow and my tongue fed your body home. I'm gonna love on you. Gonna love on you. Gonna love on you. Gonna love on you. A champagne flavored bubble bath, chocolates in a bowl. Tonight I'm gonna scrub your back, put polish on your toes. I'll be so busy pleasing you. Music soft and low. A bubble gets too close, I'll catch it on my nose. I'm gonna love on you. 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 Like a dog on a big old bone. Gonna love on you. Gonna love on you. I've been reincarnated and all brain. Lady and the tramp driving me insane. This ain't no thing I did wrong. You can't get home too soon. I got the movie ready. It ain't no Looney Tune. Gonna love on you. 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 Welcome to my doghouse, sweetheart. I got a feeling of the blues. Lord, since my baby said goodbye. Lord, I don't know what to do. All I do is sit inside. Lord, last long day, she said goodbye. Lord, I thought I would cry. She'll do me, she'll do you. She got the kind of loving Lord love to hear when she calls me sweet day. Such a beautiful day. I hate to think it's all over. I lost my heart, it seems. grown so used to you somehow. I'm nobody's sugar daddy now, and I'm so long one wants him. I got the lovesick blues. Well, I'm in love with a beautiful gal. That's what's the matter with me. I'm in love with a beautiful gal, but she don't care about me. Lord, I tried to keep her satisfied, but she just wouldn't stay. And now that she's leaving, this is all I can say. I've got a feeling all the blues. Lord, since my baby said goodbye, Lord, I don't know what to do. All I do is sit inside. Last long day, she said goodbye. Lord, I thought I would cry. She'll do me, she'll do you. She got that kind of loving. Lord, I love to hear when she calls me sweet daddy. Such a beautiful dream. I think it's all over. I lost my heart, it seems. I've grown so used to you somehow. I'm nobody's sugar daddy now, and I'm so long one wants him. I've got the lovesick blues. I did not write that song. I did not write it. Some guy named Hank Williams Sr. wrote that song. Remember him? Yeah. If I would have written it though, if he hadn't done it for us, I'd have written this. Now, folks, Stephen Valenzuela had to get up here and sing it, but y'all gonna have to hang around for him. When the second crowd gets here, he's gonna get up here and sing. Have they heard you sing, Steve? That's what he does, folks. He is a singer and a songwriter. Extraordinary. You think you never think about me. If you think you live on can wait forever. And I said, we're gonna give her one last chance. If you're ever gonna want me, if you think you're ever gonna need me, if you think you'll ever think about me, if you think you'll ever wanna make love to me, if you think you're ever gonna miss me, if you think you won't be without me, if you think you're gonna love me now. 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 Hey. Yes. Yes. Would you hand that to me?
Yeah, I'm worn out.
Thank you. Water is good stuff, let me tell you. You know, what was the guy's name? He wouldn't drink water. The actor. Oh, because Fish went to school in it. Or something. What was he? Not Churchill. John C. Fields. John C. Fields. Remember John C. Fields? He would not drink water. He did not drink water because Fish made love in it. That's what he said. I guess. Oh, really? Huh. My sister don't like rednecks anymore. I told her you was my friend when she said it's got to end. My sister don't like rednecks anymore. My sister don't like rednecks anymore. She sure don't like them rednecks anymore. She done told my mama too. Now daddy's got the blues. My sister don't like rednecks anymore. Anymore. We kind of figure this whole thing started when she went off to junior college. My sister don't like rednecks anymore. My sister don't like rednecks anymore. She don't like them rednecks anymore. She says we're better dead than red and nothing else can be said. My sister don't like rednecks anymore. been nice knowing you. My sister don't like rednecks anymore. That's tough right there. If you're a redneck, a girl goes off to junior college, you know, they get a little uppity.
Harry, see you.
Thanks for coming, Wayne. You had a wonderful trip.
Sound good, bud.
Wonderful trip. Wonderful, wonderful trip. Anything I could do. Her sheer white dress was dripping wet. Moss was on her shoe. Hadn't heard a story about that haunted place. The story of a girl they called a lady of White Rock Lake. She said, my boat turned over. Give me a ride, sir, if you will. I live with my father up on top of Teepee Hill. Her voice began to falter. Her voice began to falter. Said, son, I had a daughter. Or is this some kind of joke? You're the third guy to say he's seen her. Said she drowned 3 weeks ago. I've heard the story about that haunted place. The story of a girl they called a lady. This story is a stranger. Some of the facts they just don't jive. No girl has drowned in White Rock Lake since 1945. I googled up that spot exactly where she said she lived. There ain't nothing but a playground up on top of Teepee Hill.
Got it.
prettiest flower I've ever seen.
Nice to meet you.
I'm talking about the polka daisy. She's the one who drives me crazy. Polka daisy, here's the gal for me. Polka daisy, I love you. Polka daisy, I'll be true. And like that little blossom, purple and gold, I know our love will always grow. The polka daisy, you're so sweet. Got me on my knees. The polka daisy, you're the lady. Will you marry me? I said I met that little yellow rose, blue bonnet with her turned up nose. She was cute as she could be. Texas has another flower. I think about her every hour and all the ways that she knows how to please. So take me up just south of Lubbock to the place where we both grew up. She's the prettiest flower I've ever seen. I'm talking about the polka daisy. She's the one who drives me crazy. Polka daisy, you're the gal for me. The polka daisy, you're the lady. Will you marry me? The polka daisy is what I call that. It's a love song, kind of. I fell in love with a flower. Yeah. That's kind of weird, but flowers are lovely. Yeah, that was really a good hot dog. Yeah, and the price was just right, too. Folks, you folks want a good hot dog, go right over to that all beef hot dog stand out over there. That's a good one. I wrote this song about Bill Martin. It's called Redneck, Short-Haired, White-Legged, Good Old Boy. Yeah. A little bit loud. His hair wouldn't touch his ears if he combed it straight down. And you better duck if you ever see him frown. He's got a dang good tan where it stops right below his neck. Worst word his mother heard him say is, Dad, he's a redneck, short-haired, white-legged, good old boy. With a redneck mother and daddy's pride and joy. He's a hell-raiser, but he'll make one hell-of-a man. 'Cause he's a redneck, short-haired, white-legged, good old boy. He's gonna join the army where he'll finish his GED. For concerts in the park, he likes beer with Velveeta cheese. He's a chip-kicking, two-stepping, girl chousing son of a gun. Well, be like his daddy, only good at heart. Just warm. He's a redneck, short-haired, white-legged, good old boy. With a redneck mother and daddy's pride and joy. He's a hell-raiser, but he'll make one hell of a man. 'Cause he's a redneck, short-haired, white-legged, good old boy. you're a single young lady, and you're looking for true romance, and you've tried so hard but can't find it. Well, honey, give this boy a chance, 'cause he's a redneck, short-haired, white-legged, good old boy. With a redneck mother and daddy's right as yours. He's a hell raiser, but he'll make one hell of a man, 'cause he's a redneck, short-haired, white-legged, good old boy. He's a redneck, short-haired, white-legged, good old boy. Redneck. Okay. Be sure to put the lid down. For the train. I told my baby that I love her, didn't hear me for the train. If she'd heard me say I love her, I wouldn't be so blue today. I was singing her a love song, singing it sweet and low. I was singing her a love song, singing it sweet and low. But every time I started singing, all she heard was that whistle blow. I told my baby that I loved her, didn't hear me for the train. I told my baby that I loved her, didn't hear me for the train. If she heard me say I love her, I wouldn't be so blue today. For the train. Well, I say I told my baby that I loved her, didn't hear me for the train. If she heard me say I love her, I wouldn't do so blue today. I was singing her a love song, singing it sweet and low. I was singing her a love song, singing it sweet and low. But every time I started singing, all she heard was that whistle blow. Ian, how you doing? The crowd left right about the time I got up there. There's supposed to be another crowd at 4. I think the balcony, okay, good. Did you get lost coming over here? I came by with a grapevine. Jesse James changed his name. He was buried in Texas. We're distant cousins. I once heard my grandpa say, with boyish pride, I told my friends how Jesse's blood runs through my veins. Now those show me folks say, Harry, there ain't no way. I ain't kin to Jesse anymore. Those white coats with their microscopes have dug him up for sure. There can't be no denying his DNA ain't lying. I ain't kin to Jesse anymore. fools like me for crying. I ain't kin to Jesse anymore. From now on, if there's one chance in a million, I could be right, even if I'm wrong. Let me believe what it is I believe in. That wiser men leave well enough alone. I ain't kin to Jesse anymore. My whole world is changing like it never has before. So Lord, don't let nobody dig up any more of my grandpa's distant cousins, like Buffalo, Bill, Cody. Or was it Truman Capote? Cause I ain't kin to Jesse Jesse James, rest in peace. God bless you. They dug the real Jesse up. They cracked open a tooth, got some DNA out of it, and matched its descendants, and proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that he's buried up here on the north side of Kansas City. That was Corny, here in Independence. That's a truth. That's a true fact. I don't hear any applause for that, but okay. It is a fact. It's one of them facts. Ain't no fence, ain't no yard, ain't no ruts for to pick up parts, ain't no windmill fan to turn, ain't no trash out back to burn, ain't no tractor, ain't no plow, ain't no bull waiting for a cow, ain't no mother, brother or sister waving at daddy on his cold potato, ain't no laughing, ain't no crying, ain't no living, ain't no dying, ain't no one looking for a school bus coming. There ain't no family on this farm anymore. And there ain't no town in walking distance where you can go to do all your business. Ain't no banker can lend you money. Ain't no grocer can sell your honey. Ain't no service station attendant can pump your gas and wash your windows. Ain't no neighbor can give you help when they sell your stuff at the courthouse steps. Ain't no laughing, ain't no crying, ain't no living, ain't no dying, ain't no one hoping to have a bank note burning. There ain't no family on this farm anymore. coming. There ain't no family on this farm anymore. There just ain't no family on this farm anymore. I don't know what to do about that. What? Well, folks, y'all got a real treat coming up here when I get done. Ian Dickson. This is a non-drinking song. Don't drink everything. One little drink, it'll warm you up. One more is one too much. It looks like water, it has no taste. Cross your eyes, fall on your face. There's never been no stronger stuff. 109 is proof enough. You better read that label, the warning's clear. When you get drunk, don't get drunk on Everclear. It'll melt your cup, it'll melt your plastic spoon. Strike a match, it go boom. When you wake up down on the floor, it'll melt your name off your front door. There's never been no stronger stuff. 109 is proof enough. You better read that label, the warning's clear. When you get drunk, don't get drunk on Everclear. There's never been no stronger stuff. 109 is proof enough. You better read that label, the warning's clear. When you get drunk, don't get drunk on Everclear. She took my house, she took my car, she took my job, my old guitar. She took my dog, I can't remember its name. Purple Jesus on my brain. There's never been no stronger stuff. 109 is proof enough. You better read that label, the warning's clear. When you get drunk, don't get drunk on Everclear. Your life will suck if you get drunk on Everclear. Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug. This has been a public service announcement. Thank you very much. Public service. I don't see a Holiday Inn in here around here, but I'm gonna do a Holiday Inn today. Yeah. Because there should be one. We've had a really good day, and we kind of had a crowd come and go, and we had some really good musicians up until me. Yeah. And about the time I got up here, they started tearing down something. But the real crowd's not. The real crowd's not supposed to get here until about 4. That's what we told you. It worked, didn't it?
You played for thousands of people. They were all just doing 45 miles an hour. Really?
Average day, on an average day, we have about 380,000 people coming here.
Wow. Harry, 380,000 people came by
I
here.
came along, yeah. He was a salesman, had a company car, covered all of New Mexico. He could make a cold call on the devil himself, knew every little rule of the road. But it's a downer when you're an out-of-towner, gotta spend a lot of nights alone. On the evening in question is in his room resting after Albuquerque green and gold. He was staying at the Holiday Inn, sleeping at the Holiday Inn. Never had a hesitation when he made his reservation. No surprises at the Holiday Inn. He was staying at the Holiday Inn, sleeping at the Holiday Inn. Even took her down and out as though the traffic it was louder and safer at the Holiday Inn. She was a brave little honey, saved her money. She was taking a trip on her own. But she heard a lot of stories from her girlfriend Lori about the traveling men she had known. So she took a can of mace and she checked into the place she had guaranteed a month ago. Feeling a little nervous, called room service, afraid to venture out in the cold. She was staying at the Holiday Inn, sleeping at the Holiday Inn. Never had a hesitation when she made her reservation. No surprises at the Holiday Inn. She was staying at the Holiday Inn, eating at the Holiday Inn. Even took her down and out through the traffic. It was louder, it is safer at the Holiday Inn. Would have figured the way things were, the two of them would ever meet. But room 102 and room 103 had that little door there in between. She got up to get a drink, couldn't find the sink, and she opened up the wrong dang door. When she quit yelling, he commenced to selling. Things will even do more. Now they are staying at the Holiday Inn, sleeping at the Holiday Inn. Never have a hesitation when they make the reservation. No surprises at the Holiday Inn. They are staying at the Holiday Inn, eating at the Holiday Inn. Even take her down and out, although the traffic is louder, it is safer at the Holiday Inn. Wait a minute, wait. That's not there. Always stay at the Holiday Inn. Thank you very much. One more song, I think that's it for you. One more song, and I'll be out of here. And I'm not going to do that one. Is it? Oh, okay, well, I could do two. We're supposed to do like the 45-minute sets, you know. I'm going to change our mind. This one's getting too hot. Just way too hot. No.
Sounding good, Harry.
We'll put the caper on. You know, really, you just need to know 3 chords and buy a capo. And you got it covered. That's all it takes. Just can't sing the blues. I'm a song singer, just can't sing the blues. Cause my milk and every levy and I don't know what to do. Yeah, I'm a song singer, just can't sing the blues. Yeah, I'm a song singer, just can't sing the blues. Cause my milk and every levy and I don't know what to do. Well, my daddy was rich, my mama good looking, a big fat woman did all of our cooking, and I'm a song singer, just can't sing the blues. Got my milk and every levy and I don't know what to do. Yeah, I'm a song singer, just can't sing the blues. I'm a song singer, just can't sing the blues. Cause my daddy never lived and I don't know what to do. Well, I can learn the right words, get the right beat. I can even sing the right melody. But I'm a song singer, just can't sing the blues. Cause my milk and every levy and I don't know what to do. Yeah, I'm a song singer, just can't sing the blues. I'm a song singer, just can't sing the blues. Got my milk and every levy and I don't know what to do. Well, I can rock and roll, pick country tune, wiggle my hips, make a pretty girl swoon. But I'm a song singer, just can't sing the blues. Cause my milk and every levy and I don't know what to do. Just can't sing the blues. I'm a song singer, just can't sing the blues. I guess I got the blues, cause I can't sing the blues. My name's Harry Hewlett. I'm going to stop right there while I'm ahead. Yeah. And we're going to take a little bit of a break here, and then we're going to get E and Dickson up here. That's a clan up there. Where did the sound go? I might be able to sell him if he goes smoking. Huh. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, he's not only the sound guy, he's the manager of the store. And he owns the sound system, so he can do anything. He can do anything he wants to do. Y'all knew that was fixing to happen, didn't you? They just sat there and let you do that.
What are friends for?
That's right. I had a friend out there in Kansas City one time. I turned the mic harmonica backwards, so the low notes were on the right and the high notes on the left. And he played it. Yeah. And the other right head. Yeah. That's called ambidextrous or something. Something. Here we go again. We're going. We hired him to pick cotton. All he ever did was moan. Supper time come, he was hungry to the bone. 6 eggs. She called him 6 eggs. My mama said he'll eat us out of our house and home. Takes all we've got just to feed our own. 6 eggs. 6 eggs. We sat down at the table, bowed our heads. While Daddy was saying the blessing, we was all watching the whole bed. 6 eggs. 6 eggs. Before we could even finish buttering our bread, old Ed had eaten every egg we had. 6 eggs. 6 eggs. Next day he didn't come pick home any cotton. Doc said he almost died. He ate an egg that was rotten. 6 eggs. 6 eggs. We still don't know for sure if it was Mama or the hen, but mention Ed's name and all she does is grin. 6 eggs. 6 eggs. Here we go. If you come for supper evening, ask for more. If Mama's frying eggs, you better stop at 4. 6 eggs. 6 eggs. She goes to church on Sunday, reads the Bible every night, but you eat too many eggs, she's gonna supper. Fried eggs. I'll take 4. No, I'll make that 5. Nope, I don't want 6. So that was red. In case he comes back by. 6 eggs. 6 eggs there. 6 eggs. 6 eggs there. 6 eggs. Okay, I promise I'm done. My name's Harry. And we'll just do this sound thing without him, I guess.
Now we gotta hurry back to get home. Steve is a headliner. He gets a chance to do the.
Huh?
Thanks for coming out.
Huh?
Who is Sheridan?
He's a friend of Steve's.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You told me. The Blues Queen. Yeah. You been hanging around for a little bit here?
Yeah, huh?
You been hanging around for a little bit?
I'm hanging out till it's over. I'm hanging out till it's over. Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Cause I got the
I'm
camera.
gonna put this stuff on your music stand.
Yeah, use it. You got it.
I won't put it on my music stand if you're using your music stand.
No, I'm not. I'm not going anywhere. I got.
Hello? Hello, check. Too much drink and my mind's kinda heat. Can't get too much more volume, otherwise it'll feedback. Because I kind of like her. Too much drink and my mind's kinda heat. Some folks say that I'm a little crazy. Yes, sir. I'm just crazy about you. I've been quite insane since the first time that we met. Been howling at the moon, don't know why, but I was back. It's because I'm just crazy about you. I don't know why I have this effect on me. Driving me about as crazy as I want to be. After all these years, I know that you can't see. It's not that crazy to question my sanity. Well, when you just getting started, baby, do you wanna dance with butterflies like our first glance? Still the same. I'm just crazy about you. I don't know why I have this effect on me. Driving me about as crazy as I want to be. After all these years, I know that you can't see. It's not that crazy to question my sanity. Well, we used to we can dance on by the firelight. Nothing can go wrong, and everything just feels right. It's because I'm still crazy about you. I'm still crazy about you. So that's what a smattering sounds like. They caught this area, 350,000 people drive by here every day. So you just played for the biggest audience you've ever played for. I didn't write this one. As many of these ones I'm going to sing, I didn't write. This was written by a guy named Fats Waller in 1926, I think, around there. Maybe 29, a while ago. And he swears he wasn't misbehaving because he was in jail at the time. No one to walk with, I'm happy to share. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. Now it's certain you're one I love. I'm through with flirting, it's you I'm dreaming of. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. Jack corner in the corner, don't go nowhere, what do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for, believe me. I don't stay out late, don't get to go. I'm on my bad age, just me and my radio. Misbehaving. saving my love for you. No one to talk with, all by myself. No one to walk with, I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. Always like that song. That's pretty old. That's a pretty old song now. Yeah, that's close to 100 years, 100 years old, that song. And it's still appropriate. I haven't played this song in a long time, so I'm going to play it now. Foreman said it's been a bad year. Factory's running slow. Put your keys up on the table. We have to let you go. Know that you've been working here nearly 15 years. I hope you take this like a man, don't want to spill tears. Not what I planned. Watching my life crashing down. Not what I planned. I expected much more from this factory town. My wife said sign the papers. Please don't make a fuss. You can see the kids on weekends. It's best for both of us. Kind of life that we deserve now, you just can't provide. And the choices that I've had to make have torn me inside. Not what I planned. Watching my life crashing down. Not what I planned. I expected much more from this factory town. The cop said step back from the counter. Put that pistol down. Put your hands where I can see. Don't try to turn it around. I hear the cash store bell, yes sir, and number 4. Not what I planned. Watching my life crashing down. Not what I planned. I expected much more from this factory town. Prison chaplain said, my son, I don't know you well. Tell me all that you've done wrong and I'll save your soul to hell. Said the only thing that I've done wrong was let this all go down. We're expecting way too much from this old factory town. Expecting too much from this old factory town. Thank you, small but enthusiastic audience. Notice at no time do my fingers ever leave my hands.
You still recording?
Oh, I didn't realize that thing was on.
Yeah, you're streaming all over the world.
Please turn it on. This song is about the fact that people used to drink a lot of whiskey. They don't anymore, relatively speaking. Back in revolutionary times, people used to consume gallons of it every year per capita. Now, not so much. So that's what this song is This is Steve Valenzuela's story. It's a sad one, but it's true. He sobered up through no fault of his own. Can't find a soul to drink with since she said we're through. His need for alcohol's been overblown. Nobody's drinking whiskey anymore. Just can't drown your troubles in low-carb beer. Start drinking when you walk right out my door, but nobody's drinking whiskey anymore. Nobody's drinking whiskey anymore. Just can't drown your troubles in low-carb beer. I wanted to start drinking when you walk right out my door, but nobody's drinking whiskey anymore. Nobody's drinking whiskey anymore. Sunshine wakes me every day, the moonshine gets me high, then it lets me down again and it leaves me wondering why. Got the sunshine in the morning,
moonshine late at night. That ugly old alarm clock keeps ringing in my ears. It's bringing dissatisfaction and a tidal wave of fear. I gotta make a living, gotta pay that rent somehow. Oh, every day I wake up feeling strong. That moonshine, it helps me carry on. And each night I fortify my soul, knowing that it's gonna take its toll. I tried a 12-step program, couldn't get past number 1. You've got to admit it's a problem, but I'm having too much fun. Got the sunshine in the morning, moonshine late at night. It seems a bit confusing, I'd like to run and hide, but I keep my eyes wide open and my hands inside the ride. Got the sunshine in the morning, moonshine late at night. Some people got their demons, you can see it in their eyes. And if you're watching long enough, you'll see through their disguise. They got the sunshine in the morning, moonshine late at night. Oh, every day I wake up feeling strong. Sunshine that helps me carry on. And each night I fortify my soul, knowing that it's gonna take its toll. Got the sunshine in the morning and the moonshine late at
They call me lightning fingers because they never strike twice in the same place. It's that song. Sing it out in the field. It's that song. Sing it out in the field. Don't make it a sad one. Let them know how to feel. Take to Chicago and make that big town dance.
to Chicago and make that big town dance. You know they're gonna love you if you give them half a chance. Grab yourself a bottle, drag it across some guitar strings. Grab yourself a bottle and drag it across some guitar strings. Ain't no finer sound of the way it rings. Grab yourself a song, sing it out in the field. Yourself a song and sing it out in the field. Don't make it a sad one, don't let me know how you feel. So you know who Scrappy Judd is? Scrappy Judd, he's a guitar player down in Austin. He plays with a lot of the Austin guys. And I saw him play once, and he would get in and out of open G tuning like really fast. And I asked him how he did. He said he only G tunes one string. He doesn't he just plays. It's the Livestock Nutrition Center, Saginaw, Texas. Welcome. I have to entertain myself somehow. I wrote this song after Hurricane Katrina. Built by the levee down below the water line, eating oysters, playing trumpet, dealing cards and drinking wine, say la vie. Greasy nights, summer, and t-shirts sticking to my skin, off the storms out on the Gulf Coast, here to wash away our sins, say la vie. Wash away Big Easy. Never thought the Mississippi River'd ever wash away New Orleans, making nightmares of my dreams, say la vie. And seabirds flying inland, we shoot all of seeing the signs, watching tail lights on the highway, in the never-ending line, say la vie. Curse that El Camino, parts spread all across the yard. They gave us plenty warning, man, it shouldn't be this hard, say la vie. Never thought it'd wash away Big Easy. Never thought the Mississippi River'd ever wash away New Orleans, making nightmares of my dreams, say la vie. Myself a lucky one, escaping with my life. Oh, I should have left a week before with my brother and his wife, say la vie. Nothing left to pack up, and so I moved to Baltimore. Now I spend my summers playing on the Jersey Shore, say la vie. Wash away Big Easy. Never thought the Mississippi River'd ever wash away New Orleans, making nightmares of my dreams, say la vie. Guess I'll find another dream, say la vie. Silly songs now. This is a song I wrote for a song contest. The song had to contain the phrase, "Just saw Jimmy Hoffa." I was the only person in the contest who did not have to ask his grandfather who Jimmy Hoffa was. The usual crew. My buddy pointed out my favorite waitress, but she'd never go home with you. That's a bet I'll take, 'cause I've been working on a brand new pickup line. It's a little bit rough, but a couple more shiners will make it sound just fine. I just saw Jimmy Hoffa riding in his Pontiac. Just saw Amelia Earhart, said she's flying back. Bigfoot riding the Loch Ness Monster, trying to get a better view. Oh, I've seen Santa at the end of this bar, but I've never seen a woman like you. She gave me a look like you'd give a kid when he's up to no good. She smiled, gave me a wink, showed me that she understood. Got off work, she took me home in an old green Pontiac, with Michigan plates and blood on the dash and a skeleton in the back. I just saw Jimmy Hoffa riding in his Pontiac. Just saw Amelia Earhart, said she's flying back. looking for a little bit of fun, wasn't trying to get in trouble with the law. I just saw Jimmy Hoffa riding in his Pontiac. Just saw Amelia Earhart, said she's flying back. Bigfoot riding the Loch Ness Monster, trying to get an interview. Oh, I've seen Santa at the end of this bar, but I've never seen a woman like you. Oh, I've seen Santa at the end of this bar, but I've never seen a woman like you.
Yeah, we still have.
I told you to move the silly stuff. Look what this tag was hanging here. I'm not sure what this tag is. Musician's gear. It says musician's gear. So, you guys write songs, so sometimes you write a song and it starts out about one thing and it ends up being something different. So this song I wrote about, I just wrote about a bird. I love ospreys. I used to watch them fly in Oregon when I visited my parents. And there's the most beautiful birds. They soar down and they scoop fish out of the river. And it ended up being a song about the cycle of life. And I don't know exactly how that happened.
Yes, absolutely. I know, we're the same way, we're like,
I lived my life on Columbia River, just a few miles from the Bonneville Dam. High on a pole that marked the ship channel, provide for my family the best that I could. King of Columbia River, and everyone smiles as I take to the sky. Follow my arc as I glide across the water. I can't look away when they watch me fly by.
they made it COVID friendly.
Watch me fly by.
You like yours?
Summer breeze blows and I soar the race. Dive for the fish in the shallows blue. When the winter winds push me, I gather the family. The winters are warmer in old Mexico. King of Columbia River, and everyone smiles as I take to the sky. Follow my arc as I glide across the water. Can't look away when they watch me fly by. Watch me fly by. 17 years on Columbia River. That's a few more than most of us. Soon I'll dive down and I'll drift with the crew out to the ocean as the way it should be. Mountains belong to the heroes,
did not write this next song. I did want to point out about that, the one about Katrina. I know that the Mississippi River did not wash away New Orleans. I know it was Lake Pontchartrain. People had pointed that out to me before. That it didn't fit the meter of the song. This is another song I'm going to sing just because I like it. It's written by a guy named Steve Goodman. My favorite train song. Riding on the set of New Orleans, Illinois Central Monday morning rail. 16 cars and there's 16 restless riders. 3 conductors, 25 sacks on them. They're all out in the southbound Odyssey as the train pulls out of Kankakee, rolling past the houses, farms, and fields, and passing trains that have no name, freight yard full of old men, and the graveyards are rusted on the field. Just singing good morning America, how are you? Well, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day's done. I'm dealing cards with the old man in the club car. It's a penny a point, there ain't no one keeping score. Won't you pass the paper bag that holds the bottom? You can feel the wheels of grumbling beneath the floor. Sons of old reporters and the sons of engineers ride their father's magic carpet made of steel. And mothers with their babes asleep go rocking to the gentle beat. The rhythm of the rails is all the feel. Just singing good morning America, how are you? Well, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles for the days gone. It's nighttime on the city of New Orleans, and we're changing cars in Memphis, Tennessee. We're halfway there and we'll be home by morning, through the Mississippi darkness rolling down to the sea. All the towns and houses seem to fade into a bad dream. The old steel rails still ain't heard the news. The conductor sings his song again. Its passengers please refrain. This train has got the disappearing railroad blues. Just singing good morning America, how are you? Well, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles for the day. Just singing good night America, how are you? Well, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles for the day's done. I'll be gone 500 miles for the day's done. Steve Goodman tune. This is another silly song that I wrote. We were talking about some lady, and Said she was from Memphis, but they said she was really from Mississippi. Not that it makes much difference about that time, but it just struck me as beginning of the song. Says she's from Memphis, but it's real in Mississippi. Says she owns a mansion, but she's sleeping on my floor. Says she drives a Bentley, but she hitchhiked here from Dallas. I don't believe her anymore. I don't believe her anymore. Her story just gets stranger than it was the day before. There's weird stuff going on here, and it's too hard to ignore. I don't believe her anymore. She told me that she loves me, but she seems a bit distracted. She keeps staring at the flock of crows that's gathered around my door. She's stealing through my closet and she's checking out my mail. I don't believe her anymore. I don't believe her anymore. Her story just gets stranger than it was the day before. Now there's weird stuff going on here, and it's too hard to ignore. I don't believe her anymore. Something quite peculiar about that screaming in the attic. There's an odor in my basement I never noticed it before. I ask her why, she shrugs it off as my imagination. I don't believe her anymore. Don't believe her anymore. Her story just gets stranger than it was the day before. And there's weird stuff going on here, and it's too hard to ignore. I don't believe her anymore. She asked me for a lock of hair, some goat's blood and a feather. She dances after midnight and she quotes Marie Laveau. She draws pentagrams, lights candles, and she chants in ancient tongues. I don't believe her anymore. I don't believe her anymore. Her story just gets stranger than it was the day before. Well, there's weird stuff going on here, and it's too hard to ignore. I don't believe her. I don't believe her. I don't believe her anymore. Thank you, small but enthusiastic audience. So that's what a smattering sounds like. I'm gonna do one more song. I didn't write this, and I should never attempt it. I should probably turn off that thing before somebody records this, but I've always wanted to play this song. Freebird, Freebird. Oh, Stairway to Freebird. I did not write this. I don't know who wrote this. It was written probably in the 1950s, maybe. Commander Cody made it. Look up Bill Kirchin's version of this song, and I'm asking Bill Kirchin's apologies for even attempting this. train song, doesn't it? It's not. I remember the story of the hot rod raising the Ford to Lingus set the bait. For it's true, I'm here to say, 'cause I was driving that Model A. Got a Lincoln motor, cheese really souped up that bottle 8 bottom, it looked like a top. 8 cylinders, use them all to get overdrive, just one stop. With a 411 gears and a dual exhaust and a 4-barrel carbine, you really get lost. Got a safety tune. I ain't scared, brakes good, and the tires fair. All about 10 people late one night, the moon, the stars were shining bright. Climbing up old Grapevine Hill past the cars like they was standing still. But all of a sudden, in the wink of an eye, a Cadillac stand up passing by. Remark was made, that's a car for me, but then the taillights all you could see. Well, the fellows were ripping me for being behind, so I thought I'd make that Lincoln unwind. Took my foot off the gas, man alive, shoved it on down into overdrive. Well, I wound it up to 110. The speedometer said that I hit the top then. Foot was glued like lead to the floor. It's all there is, there ain't no more. Well, the fellows thought I had lost my sense. The telephone poles like a picket fence. Sat so down, I see spots and lines on the road just look like dots. Well, I took a corner, sideswiped the truck, and I crossed my fingers just for luck. Fenders were clicking the guardrail post, and the guy beside me was white as a ghost. Well, hope was coming from out of the back when I started gaining that Cadillac. Thought it was passing, knew it could pass it. Well, flames are coming from outside. Could feel the tension, man went a ride. Set so down, I got a license to fly, and that caddy pulled over and let us by. Big old Cadillac. Smart car let us by. The Edmund Fitzgerald. Freight train. Johnny Cash pulled over. The Beatles pulled over. They let us by. Deep Purple pulled over. Roy Orbison pulled over. Marty Robbins pulled over. Bunch of English guys. Pulled over. All of a sudden she started knocking it down in her dip, she started rocking. Looked in the mirror, red light was blinking, the cops after my hot rod Lincoln. Well, they arrested me and they put me in jail, they called my pappy, throw my bail. He said, son, you won't drive me to drink if you don't stop driving that hot rod Lincoln. Thank you very much. Small but enthusiastic audience.